Good morning viewers, how are you? I hope you are fine and you have enjoyed my last video. Okay, have you remembered my last video? That is solution of a quadratic equation making a perfect square. Okay, today we are going to understand the arithmetic progression. What is an arithmetic progression? Clear? And we will try to find the nth term. First thing, what is an arithmetic progression? You just imagine a classroom. In the classroom, all the furnitures are put in a particular or regular way. That particular or that regular way makes a pattern, okay, or sequence. You can imagine a ladder in which you can see the two parallel beams or two parallel bars, and there is steps put in between the bars. So all these are regular pattern sequence. When we will call all such sequence or pattern an AP. Okay, so now we will try to understand. If we fix one point of one number, that is the real number. It may be zero, it may be negative, it may be positive, it may be rational, it may be irrational. Okay, so that is fixed point, and then we add certain fixed number to that number every time. They will form a particular pattern, and that is known as an AP. Okay, so now we'll see the definition of the an AP. Can you see the definition? An AP, an arithmetic progression, is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding. If anyone asks me, in place of adding, if we subtract anything, then what will happen? Nothing to worry, because subtraction is nothing but the addition with negative sign or changing the sign. Okay, so don't worry about the negative, that is the subtracting. Adding a fixed number to the preceding term except the first term. First term is fixed, so it will be given. We have no control on the first term, but after that, every time we will going to add certain number to preceding number or the previous number. Okay, so now you have understood this definition. Now we will try to understand any given pattern is an AP or not. So first we will see the first example: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So we will first see the counting numbers, whether it forms an AP or not. You can see this is the fixed term, and there should be, you can see A1. 1. Now second term is what? 1 plus 1. We have add 1. Then A3, 1 plus 1 plus 1. A4, you can see 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus. So you can see, children. So you can see in this way you have added 1 in every step. In the previous step, so you can see there is a regular pattern. So it forming the AP. It is forming an AP. Now in another terms, again we want to check it. How we will check? There should be a particular particular difference between two consecutive terms, and that particular difference is constant, and that is called common difference. Okay, now try to understand. So you take the just difference of the two consecutive terms, A2 minus A1. Difference of these two, 2 minus 1. So what you will get? You can see, children, 1. Then A3, third term. You can see A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and so on. So A3 minus A2, consecutive terms you have to consider. A3 minus A2, that is 3 minus 2. Again you will get A4 minus A3. Again you are going to 4 minus 3. You can see fourth term, third term, 1. You can see the difference of every consecutive terms is constant. That means they are following a particular pattern. That means first term is fixed and constant term is added every time. Okay, that means it is an AP. Again we will try to understand with another example. Okay, now see the next 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and so on. This is first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, and so on. So you can see the first term 2, Now second term, you can see 2, take the difference, 2 minus 2, that is 0. Then again see the third term, that is 2 minus 2, that is 0. A4 minus A3, you can see 2 minus 2, that is 0. 0 also a number. So you can see 0 is added every time, or you can say difference of two consecutive terms is 0, or 0 is added every time. That means it also forms an AP. Now we will try to understand another example. Okay, see 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, and so on. This is your first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and so on. So can you see the just A2 minus A1? What will you get, children? 2 square minus 1 square. You can see 4 minus 1, that is 3. Now you can see A3 minus A2. See the third term, 3 square, that is 9. A2 is 2 square, that is 4. That you get 5. So can you see this difference is D1 and this difference you consider as D2. So D1 is not, you can see 3 is not equal to 5, that is D1 is not equal to D2. So the constant term is not added in this case. Can you see? The difference between these two and difference between these two are not same. You can see that is constant term is not added every time. You can see. So it does not form an AP. Okay. Now we will see the another example. See children, root 3, root 6, root 9, root 12, and so on. So let us consider A1, A2, A3, A4, and so on. So now again see A2 minus A1. What will you get, children? Root 6 minus root 3. Now factorize it. Okay. So you apply the property of square root, or you can shared property, you can say. Root 6, 3 into 2. Can you see, children? Or you can write square root of, you first see this one. You can write 3 into 2 minus root 3. Now you can see this is the square root of the product of two numbers. So this square root is distributed over this multiplication or product. So you can write root 3 into root 2 minus root 3. You take root 3 common, what will you get? Root 3 you have taken, root 2 minus 1. Okay. Now, one question I want to ask you, if I give you under root 5, can you write in this way, children? Root 2 plus root 3. Please see this one. I will answer this question in the last. Okay? Please remember this thing. Now, see the next example. You got it? Now see the next term. A3 minus A2. What is your A3? Can you see? Root 9 minus root 6. Again factorize. What will you get, children? You will get 3 into 3. Can you see? Minus root 3 into root 2. As I have already discussed you. So you can take root 3 common. Root 3 common you take it. What will you get? Root 3 minus root 2. Can you see? This is D2, difference is D2, and this difference is D1. So can you see these two are same or not? Clearly you can see these two are not same. D1 is not equal to D2. That means these two are not forming an AP. And these terms are not these terms are not belongs to any particular AP. Okay. So now we have understood that if any given sequence is there, we can identify whether given sequence is an AP or not. Sequence may be anything, an AP, your GP, HP, or mixed sequence, anything. But there is a particular condition under which it will form an AP. So now we have understood. Got it? Now we will try to understand the general term. See, how will you find first term? Now see the definition, proper definition. A1, that is fixed term. A2, you add particular term. You call it as common difference, or you can just now you consider as D. Then A3, A plus B plus B. A4, A plus B plus B plus B, and so on. Okay, so just try to just put in short form A 1. You can see 1. So what you can write? 1 minus 1, that is 1 minus 1, 0. Again you will get A. So put in this way, A plus 2. 2 minus 1, D. 2 minus 1, can you see 2 is mentioned here? And if you subtract 1, you will get A plus D. Can you see? Both are same. That means, let's see the third term. D plus D. A plus, can you see 3? 3 minus 1, D. Here, A plus 4 minus 1, D. That means, in every step, you can see the term in term D, you are subtracting 1. Okay? You are subtracting 1. So, you can see this particular pattern is forming. In similar fashion or similar way, if you find the nth term, so what will happen? Nth term, An is equal to what? A plus n minus 1d. Can you see? Same pattern, n minus 1d. So now you define what is A. You can see first term. What is your n? Number of terms. What is D? Common difference. Common difference is what? Common difference. And how will you find the common difference? That is difference of consecutive terms. A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, A4 minus A3, and so on. So you can see. And what is your AN? Can you see what is your AN? Value of nth term. Value of nth term. Okay. So what is difference between n and an? Try to understand. Let there are 40 students in the class and one student is there whose roll number is 16. So if I say 16, roll number 16, that is number of terms. That is, there is at least 16 students are there in the class. If I say roll number 16, who is roll number 16? What is the value of roll number 16? Then Sunil will say Sunil. Okay, that means the value of 16th term, then A 16th is Sunil. Similar way, 16th term represent its value. So it's represented by AN. And number of terms you can see at this moment 16. I hope you have understood this thing, children. So nth term we have understood. So we will do one question so that we can understand this topic also. Okay. See. Now, see another problem. Now here we given, I have given you A minus AB, your n 10 and nth term is 0. Now I want you to find the value of D. Try to understand. I have given you what? I have given you the first term, the number of terms, the nth term value, and I am just asking you find the value of D. Okay. I have taken the question from the textbook. Okay, exercise 5.2. So you can also verify this question. So you can see this value. Simply I am just try to analyze and apply this formula to this question. Okay. So what is the formula? A is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Just put the value. Nth term 0. What is A? Minus 18. N. You can see number of terms 10 minus 1 into D. You don't know. Minus 18. Shift. First, what will you get? 18 is equal to 10 minus 1, 9D. Or D you can see shift 18 upon 9, that is 18 upon 9, that is 2. So you get 2. Okay, chalo. Now I am going to ask, just giving the answer of the question, root 5, whether these two are same or not. Okay, try to understand. These two are not same. This root is not distributed over the addition. 5 cannot be write as 2 plus 3. Okay. So if you write 2 plus 3, so you cannot split this square root on this addition. Is it clear? Plus or minus. It is distributed over only the multiplication and division. If you want, you can just understand this thing. Root 5 value is what? It is almost 2.24. If you get 1.414, root 3, 1.7 something. So if you just 32, 1414, okay? So if you add, you will never get these two values same. If you get any kind of just a doubt or confusion, you put the value and you check. But remember this thing, if root 5 is given, you cannot put in root 2 plus root 3. Don't do this mistake in board examination. Okay? Thank you. I hope you have understood my topic. For today's, it is over. If you have understood the topic, please like and share my videos. Okay? Thank you.